So hello everybody, I am Patches and welcome back to Banished. Now I've started basically where we left off last time. We've still got forestry, well forestry's been built, but we've still got our hunting, our gatherers, our herbalists over here still being built. This orchard is still very slowly being cut down. I don't seem to be doing a very good job of that. And we've just entered the start of spring, so what I'm thinking is that it might be good, while we've got a few orchards around, it might still be good to get a few more farms up and running. So I might set up a couple more crops over here. And once they're done and ready, we'll have a few more farms we can work with and a bit more food supply. What do we got? Grow cabbages for now, I guess. And we'll pin you and sit you over here. So I do apologise for all of these things around the screen. I'm sure they're quite annoying, but I just find it easier to work with and to keep track of what's happening with it all there. So has this one finished being fixed up? No, it hasn't. So it's going to be a little bit of a waiting around at the moment while we wait for the things that we've got going to get built. Woodcutter. So I've shut this down simply because there's no point to it at the moment. I mean, it does hold stuff, but outside of that there's no point to it with how close everything is. I don't know, maybe I should demolish it later on, but for now I'm just going to leave it and we'll see how it goes. How big is this map? So it's not small, but it's not huge, and there is a lot of mountainsides that we can't use. This one's got to be cut down, and here is winter, so we need to make sure we have some more farmers next season. I'm going to keep people working on this one because that has got some trees dying off already, so we might as well cut them down and use them for wood supply. So we can send some more people to the stonery and leave the others as building and gathering for now. Once we get some more textures, as they call them, we'll get some more jumpers built, and that will be a lot better because people need a lot more clothing. Okay, we'll let them run around and do their things for a bit. Well, in that case, we're just going to have to dismiss you. What do we have that we can increase supply of? Hopefully, next time we have someone come with something we want, we might have enough for them. But only time will tell, and at the moment we need to bring our farmers back up. start growing. We're gonna need a lot more people. I mean someone else, because this is still getting cut down too. We're gonna need to be able to get people onto collecting our fruits first, a lot earlier than last time though. If we can't get another one in there before he or she passes of old age, then it becomes useless anyway. But if we can, if we just slaughter it beforehand, then at least we get some food from it. So that's getting close to the limit. Might bring that up a little. Killed by a rock, died of old age. So those are both no big matters. They're things that we can't do anything about. The rock was obviously working in here. What are you? Just a pile. But no one's removed those trees. I think people are still getting access to this from the looks of it. Might need to take some people off of areas and focus them in on farming for the moment. I'm going to take the herder off, I'm going to set them in there. I'm going to put work on this one, except they won't let me harvest anyway. No, that's not helpful. I want you to start harvesting that. Alright, I'll take work off of there for now. So obviously this game is a lot of just resource management as well. Well, it is basically all just resource management, but with some crops you can tell them to harvest early, which it seems that the crops I've chosen, they aren't doing that. Alright, so this one's all cut down, now it's just a matter of replanting. And it looks like this one might be next in that too. So which one's this? Up here. And here comes winter. That's coming far too fast. We need more people for the farms. Okay, so I'm gonna leave one guy working there. Oops, I do need someone working on there too, because that one's still got to be planted. So we'll leave 2 farmers on, and we'll spread out the rest to building and collecting for now. So we do have a little bit we want built. I know, I kind of feel like the cattle we have should just be turned into food, because at the moment it's not looking like we're going to be able to get another one. So it's not like we can actually herd him. Which is making it a little useless to us, really. Yeah, that might just be what I do. Okay, I'm gonna... Sorry, have this poor guy slaughtered and turned into dinner. And then when we get a chance, I'll just make sure that we get at least a pair, so that they're of more use to us. Now you've all got trees, so you can go down. You can take the herdman off because I don't have any more cattle or sheep. And now that we've got a bit more leather, I'm going to set up our tailor again. So hopefully we get a bit more resources, a bit more things completed. It's just taking a little longer than I would like. And we're back to early spring already. Alright, so everyone to farming. Okay, if that's all got trees, then I can take workers off of there. Alright, so that one's seems to be fine at the moment. That one's just been planted. That one's probably about ready to grow fruit again. And this one doesn't seem to be missing any either, so we're looking a lot better on the farming side. Oh right, but we do have a new crop, so add workers in there, so we need one more farmer after all. So our farms aren't doing too bad, and we've only got two orchards that are going to yield any food this season, so it should be fairly easy to take care of them all. And our blacksmith is out of supplies. Oh, sorry, not the blacksmith, that one's the tailor. Blacksmith's next door. So we'll take work off of you. And we should be going a bit better. So I'm going to chuck in a second woodcutter for now. A wood chopper, and we'll see how things go. Okay, well if we've got all the firewood we can use, you guys can go work on some buildings. So what do I want first? Probably the hunting cabin, so I'll take that one off first. And we need you and you off. And soon enough all our farmers will be done, though this one seems it is going to produce a little bit of food. Farmers off. Got 2 woodcutters, 4 forestry workers, all the hunters we can currently have, 3 workers. So I have a few more gatherers, I'll chuck some more in there. But I'll leave it at that. Now, one of the things we're going to need next is mines. So where were they? That's them. So I've got to work out where we can place any at the moment. It's a tricky thing with the mines, they will only place in very specific spots, so we can have one there. No, I can't set another one there, but we can set one there. So the thing with the mines is that you can gather one of 2 resources from each mine you have. Coal or iron, I believe. So I like the idea of having 2 because then you can, oops, where are we? Here's the start of it. So then you can just have one that gathers one and one that gathers the other, so that you've always got the supplies you could need. Come on. And then you're just not trying to find them on the map. But the problem with the mines and the quarry is that they've only got so many resources from the time they're built, And once you use it up, you can't just remove it and build something else there. It's forever just a dead zone that you can't use. We are getting more houses, which is good because that will also mean more people to build and work on things. So at the moment we're up to 32 working aged people, 5 students and 8 children. So that's not too bad. Obviously the more people we have, the more we can expand. But I imagine eventually you get to a point where you expand too far or too much and you just start running out of resources. So we have to be careful with that. There will be a very clear peak point where we just can't manage resources any better than what we are doing at that point. So it'll be interesting when that happens. So how many do I need? 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. We've got a pretty high supply of food at the moment, though every time I think I've got a great supply of food, there does tend to be something to just cause it to go down. I just don't quite judge it well enough as to when it will run out. So hopefully I don't do that again. We're about to get a ship and come, I think. Yep. What are you offering to trade? Apples and beans. I'm sorry, but I don't have a use for that at the moment. We've got enough food. So again, I'm going to go over my resources and work out what I can put in here that's going to be of use to us. Again, we've got so many potatoes, so let's increase potatoes by a bit. What do we got? I wish they did stack them all into one grouping, but I suppose it comes down to the room in there rather than the items themselves. Oh wow, we've got so many cabbages. And that's probably about all I'm willing to take away to there at the moment, but it was a good idea for me to set up a storage barn here because we are going to need it very soon. No one's really started on that one yet, but this one has been started on. Good. Second hunting cabin, that is definitely something we could make use of. And again, we've reached a peak of firewood, so we'll cut those guys out for now. So I'm going to build more houses over this way. What do we got? Old age. I'm going to build some more housing stuff over here, and this is going to become like a secondary camp. But for now, and focus on food and making sure we've got enough, because while we've got quite a lot now, it can turn around pretty quickly and become not very much at all. And given that we're starting to get a bit more leather, I'm going to chuck the tailor back on winter when we've finished harvesting our crops. Why is no one working on that? I like how you can see what all the households have. You can see the different variety of foods they've collected and the firewood they've gathered, which is an interesting aspect. We've got our storage barn nearly filled up. One mine's nearly complete, which is ironic because it's the mine they weren't building to start with. We can set up a few more builders now though while it's winter. And once we've built in the other spot, this might be a good area too. There's lots of stone and iron and trees. It's a good hunting area I think as well, but there's enough space there that we can fit basically a bit of everything pretty well. And it does cover quite a large section of the map. Alright, so we have one mine complete. So this is what I meant by you can collect iron or you can collect coal. Now, I don't really want a minimum that low. I'm going to set it to about 2,000 because I don't think we're going to hold 2,000 at one point. But I might set this one to coal to start with because we don't have any yet and this is the only way you can get it. So this is the part where we need to start having a few more people really. So got one mine up and going and that's going to be coal, but what I should make sure there is a few piles where they can just place all of the stuff they gather out of the mine. You want them to be able to keep that close by so they don't have to go too far. The closer they can drop it off, the more they can work in there and less distance they have to travel and waste time for. So I'm not going to put all the farms on I don't think this season just because we are starting to get a bit limited on how many people we have because of all the new things we're opening up, and also we do have a fair amount of food, so I think if I just put in a couple of the larger ones that will work out a lot better for us. This one might be... It's a pity you can't just be told how many, which farm's the larger one. I mean that one's pretty clear. But I might try... I'll go this one just because it's a variety in food that way. Now, I don't really know how long I've been recording this for because I did forget to set the stopwatch to start with. Oh, that is not the mine that was built at all. This one is, okay. So we need to build our storage piles over here actually. That's a pretty small pile. So there's a few stacks there where they can put things. What do we got? Old age? No old age, that's fine. Because even though you're harvesting the fruit, it does still grow it, so it's not a big problem like with the crops. Sheep! Can I get 2 of them? 15. I think I can do that. Alright, so... you're worth the most. If we can get 2, then they'll just keep producing and that will be more productive than getting more of them, and if you only have 1 then they just eventually die and it becomes a bit of a waste really. I think we'll be able to get the exact amount if we're lucky. There we go. 2 sheep. Let's make this one a sheep paddock and we can chuck on a herder. And because we'll get wool from the sheep also, we'll be able to make better jackets which will keep everyone a lot warmer as well. Stop working on that one. Work on this one and start harvesting there. Alright, so our sheep are transporting themselves, apparently. Okay, so we'll take the tail off for now. So there we go. So they'll produce wool and mutton on the times when they exceed their herd numbers, which is going to be good. What are we low on? Tools. Okay, let's bring up the blacksmith then again. How did we get logs from pasture? That's not what's in there. So as we get coal, we can do this and we can get better tools as well that last longer. Yes, I know. Oh, logs. That's not that bad. Like, once we get some more people, I'll truck some more people in the forestries. So, while this is all running, I should probably take this moment to talk to you guys about the channel. So, as you would have noticed, I did stop uploading for a while. We had some problems with the internet mostly. Quite simply, it ran out. We went through it far too quick. There's like 4 of us here and 2 of us are using it for YouTubing and 2 of us are using it for work. So it doesn't quite spread out as much as we would hope. And at the moment, changing isn't really something everyone's agreeing on. Or something I feel like not everyone is going to agree on. So between... Why do they do that? The sheep kind of go out of their paddock. It's not actually them leaving or escaping or anything, it's just like the game decides that that still counts as their paddock, even though they're clearly visibly on the other side of the fence, which is not particularly helpful. But so we couldn't actually upload anything. It would have taken over a day just to upload one video. There's 2 of us using the same computer for recording, editing and uploading. And then everyone in the house got sick at the same time too. So that's why I took a bit of a break and just decided I wasn't going to upload anything until things were at a point where it wasn't going to hinder other people's work. But having taken that time off and everything, I've realised that trying to work around 2 people on the same computer, 4 people all on the same internet is a bit too much, so I'm cutting my schedule back down from now on until things change or I get a bit more free time, because also it's been really hard to get the videos recorded and edited around work. So I'm going to cut it back down. Tried to do a bit more than what I had the facilities to be able to do. So the forestry workers are starting to get back onto it, but they are a little bit behind in a lot of ways. We are getting a fair amount of venison, but not an awful lot of leather from there. I don't know if we haven't got any wool yet because we've only had them for a season. I'm just going to pause it for now because I don't want to go through another season of growing crops right now. I just want to check how our supplies are going. So they're also only doing 18, so it's not a huge supply. Once that mine's built, I'm going to take the herbalist, I guess, off. I don't know I don't feel like I really need another herbalist, but they are a good item to trade with. They are worth a lot, I believe, if I remember correctly from the other game I play by myself. Oh, they're only worth 20, but it can build up to a lot because they just don't seem to use it much. Oh, you need cutting down. Which one are you? You need to be cut down. What about these ones? Are all fine. And you're still growing up, so I did that not long ago. But this one needs cutting down. It's falling down, so we might as well get the wood from it. So I'm probably going to end this one here. I honestly don't know how long I've been playing, but it's well and truly over 40 minutes by now. We're not doing bad, but we could use a few more people to work on things. I don't want to cut into this too much because this is where all our trees, our herbs, our meat and things are coming from. But I have also set up another one over here that is a bit bigger and hopefully a bit better in supply. So I'm going to start building a bit more of like a secondary town over here we'll get some more houses and things over here. I don't really think there's a lot of use for the town hall. Provides happiness. I'm not sure if that's going to help a lot. We've got a cemetery set up. We've got a schoolhouse. Until we start getting enough people that the schoolhouse can't handle them all, which I think it can handle like 20 or 15, so that will take a while. Provides water for putting out fires. I've never seen a fire in the entire game. Like, I play another version 2 on my own at times, which I have gone a lot further in because I just sped it up and mucked around and had some fun with it. I've never seen a fire, so I don't know what use that is. Herbalist we've already got. The only thing we haven't got is a tavern. Tavern and a church are the... Oops. I presume. Are the only things that I haven't really built that might be of use. But I'm not sure how much of use. I'm not sure what foods you require for the tavern though. Like, we have apples, but we don't have wheat or really anything I could imagine they would need. Like, I don't know if the game has grapes, but we don't have grapes, we don't have wheat, so whether or not we could actually use the tavern or not is not something I'm fully sure on at this point. But for now, I'm going to leave this one here. We'll continue building our mines and getting coal and iron and hopefully increasing our population a bit more still. We've got a pretty good population, but if we get more people then we can get more supplies regularly going. But we'll just continue that with the next one. So for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. And until then, have fun!